In this video, I will give you an introductions to Neets Central Control. I will show you what Neets Central Control can do, how to use it, and more details on how to set it up. With Neets Central Control, you get an easy way to monitor all your rooms from one central location. You get an overview of all your rooms' status, lamp and filter times for projectors, and warnings if the lamp or filter needs replacing. You can even go direct to each room, and control it remotely. This is very useful for technical support, that can help users of the room remotely. And group control can be used to control groups of panels, like switching all panels off or on. Neets Central Control is a great way to manage your meeting rooms in office environments or classrooms in schools and universities. Let me show you how to use Neets Central Control. Here I have opened a project in Neets Central Control. On the overview page, you have a detailed overview of all your rooms. This includes the name and location of the rooms, and the group that they are assigned to in Neets Central Control. Other information shown is the status of the room. For example, if the system is powered off, or what input has been selected. Next we have the lamp and filter time. This will highlight if a lamp or filter needs to be replaced. You also have information on IP addresses, software versions and serial numbers of the control systems for each room. Finally, we have these icons shown for each room. Hold your mouse over the icon to get the meaning of the icon. Thumbs up indicates that the connection to actual control system is okay. To your left, you have the option to narrow down your list of rooms, by selecting one of your groups. If we select one of the groups, you will only see the rooms that is part of this group. Another thing we can do in the overview is to correct lamp and filter times, and set up warnings. This is done by right-clicking the lamp or filter time for one of the rooms, and selecting Edit Timer. We will set the lamp to have been running for 25 hours. And set a warning when it has been running for 500 hours. And a maximum time of 600 hours. Now the lamp time has been updated. But if it is not shown here, then you can click the update button, and you will see it update. You can set filter time the same way as lamp time. Now the filter time has been updated. To get back to the full list of rooms, then click on Root. Beside the overview, we can control each room remotely. In Control, you select the room you want to control, and you will see a graphical representation of the control system. And you can control it like you would on the physical buttons. It will indicate that it is changing. You can also see that the status has changed in the overview. You can get back to the control of this room, by right-clicking, and selecting Open for Control. If somebody presses the button on the panel itself, then it will also be updated here. Beside the control of a single control system, then you can also control several panels at once with group control. Here you can have different group controls that does different things. I have created one that powers off all rooms. But you can also have buttons that has other functions. Like this, that powers on all panels, in this group. You can see the changes in the overview. This is how you can use Neets Central Control to manage all your rooms. Next I will show you how you can configure Neets Central Control. When you need to configure a system, then go to Functions and select System Design. This gets us into the System Designer, where we can order our rooms into groups. But first we need to searching for our control panels. Here is a list of control panels that was found on the network. We need to add the systems we want to control to a group, or it will not be shown in the overview. We do this by clicking in the empty space under Groups. This will show you a drop-down menu. Currently we only have root available, but we can add more groups from the menu. We just need to give it a descriptive name, and then click OK. You can add several groups to organize your rooms. Here I have added a few more groups, and it is now time to assign the rooms to the groups. I will continue to add the rest of the rooms. The rooms has now been added to the groups, but we have one more step to do. If you move the mouse over the icons next to the thumbs up, you can see that we need to retrieve the settings for each room. This is done with a single click from the menu. Neets Central Control will automatically download settings from each room. You can see that each room has a thumbs up now. A thumbs down indicates that this control system is not supported in Neets Central Control, or the control system needs to have a newer firmware. In case that you need to update a name of a room, then it can be done here. Double-click on the room that you want to change. You can update the name and location of the room, but you can also rename buttons on the panel. Just click the button and update the name. You do the same for the rest of the buttons. When you are done, then click OK. Now that we have the rooms added to groups, then it is time to set up some group controls. First you need to select one of the groups. Then you will be presented with this screen. At the top you have the controls for each room. Below you have the group buttons. And beside that you have the functions assigned to the selected group button. To create a button, then you can right-click here and select Add. Then give the button a name. And click OK. Next you need to add functions to the button. You do this by dragging functions to the button. You can create any combination of functions to your group buttons. This will switch all rooms on. I will create a few more group buttons for the other groups. Now that I have buttons for each group, then I want to create a button to control them all. This is done in the root, and it is created the same way as the other group buttons. But this time we drag in the group buttons we created for each group. Now we have a button for powering everything off. Last we have the preference page. This has all the program settings, like a password for the project, and how often the software should check for updates. The system is now ready, and we can see it in the overview. And all you need to do now is save the project. You are now ready to use Neets Central Control. Thank you for watching. Find more information on neets.dk.